What's up, YouTube? Chromathos here, along with
El Moog.
bringing you a little bit more insight onto some of our team members. So this next interview is going to be with Elmuk. He has been playing games, I don't know, for forever it almost seems. So let's go ahead and get started. What's the first game that you remember playing?
The first game that I remember playing was probably Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Really?
I believe so, yes.
Huh, okay.
That's at least the first game that I remember fondly playing.
Okay.
I can't recall my earlier days.
So this was going to be the last question that I was going to ask, but with your answer, it kind of prompts me to ask this little question. Call of Duty, the big red one.
Yeah, that one was a fun one. Was that the second one or the first one?
I believe that was probably I think it was the second one but the first one that you ended up playing.
The first one I ended up playing was the third one.
Nah. Well, regarding that one, the big red one, why don't you like Canadians?
Yeah, I don't even know anymore.
So now here's the thing. He was a tiny little kid, and he was playing Call of Duty, and it was the World War II one, the big red one.
Was it the big red one?
Yeah. And remember, there were the Axis, and it was Nazi Germany, and somebody else, and then it was the Allies, the U.S., and Canada. And in there somewhere along your little kid tricklings, you ended up assigning the Axis. You ended up assigning Canada to the Axis powers.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly sounds like me.
And for the last, I don't know, I want to say 10, 12, 15, 20 years, you've hated Canadians.
You're not wrong.
Not to say that, America's top hat has anything bad. It was just one of those really funny stories from a wee little gamer that just kind of stuck with him, and it's just, for me, it kind of puts into perspective how gaming can actually mold the way you actually think.
Oh yeah.
Um, so I always just thought that that was a very funny story regarding a video game that affected a real life personality trait
Yeah.
of somebody.
Oh yeah.
And I still think it's. Have you gotten over your dislike for Canadians?
Yes.
Now you just kind of find a little bit more to blame on them. I know Justin Bieber's one of them, but calm down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They also.
But they have Ryan Reynolds.
That's the thing. They made it up with Ryan Reynolds.
They did make it up with Ryan Reynolds. 2016 Sexiest Man of the Year.
It's weird that you know that. It's very specifically weird that you know that.
He says it in everything that he does.
I mean, you're not wrong. So, what are your top 5 games?
My top 5 games would probably be, in no particular order, Skyrim, Modern Warfare 2, probably Overwatch right now, Subnautica, I'm playing that one right now, and probably Minecraft as well.
Minecraft?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what type of games do you like? Do you like to play?
So I like playing RPGs,
Mm-hmm.
so role-playing games and first-person shooter games.
Mm-hmm.
So games like Skyrim, Fallout, not so much. Although as a title, they're not that great anymore.
So, and that's true. I've been trying to get you to play Fallout for a good number of years, and you're kind of look at it and you're like, eh.
Yeah. But Skyrim definitely. Oblivion, I played that one. I played Daggerfall. That one was fun. It was a long game.
Mm-hmm.
And then other games like Modern Warfare 2, so first-person shooters.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be the Call of Duty series, Battlefield series. Battlefield 5 is a really good one.
Okay. All right. So, for right now, what games are you playing now currently?
So now I'm playing Overwatch, Battlefield 5, and Subnautica,
Mm-hmm.
and occasionally I play World War Z.
Right, and that's something that you've been trying to get me into, right?
Oh yeah, that's the PlayStation equivalent of Left 4 Dead.
All right. So,
Just not as malleable and creative.
Really?
Yeah.
So it really is funny. That's something that Tiny T ended up saying on her interview. That's one of her most cherished games. Playing, oddly enough, with you was Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, we'd always listen to Adele too while we're doing that.
Right. So what are you looking? Well, actually, what improvements would you like to see in gaming?
I'd like to see little to no pay to win.
Right,
You know, I don't want to gamble on a game that I paid $60 for
and then have to
and then
pay
some.
more.
Yeah.
Right. So the Star Wars Battlefront 2, the new Star Wars Battlefront 2,
Yep.
the way they had their early tactics, that's you're not a big fan of
Oh
that?
no.
No.
Oh no.
So how about microtransactions?
I say that's still the same thing. Like if it's for cosmetics, then yeah, it's fine. If
Mm-hmm.
it's for cosmetics, that doesn't change your potential in game,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like your skill level, right? But if it's like pay to win weapons,
Mm-hmm.
in certain games, it's like what's the point? Everyone's gonna buy this gun where I don't want to pay anything for it,
Mm-hmm.
so they're just gonna just like beat me over the head with it. Just like, hey, buy this, or else you're just gonna continue to lose.
So would you like to see microtransactions in a game that you have to pay the full price for? Or would you like microtransactions in a free game?
I think it can be. I think it doesn't really matter as long as they don't alter your potential in game,
Okay.
right? So like with Overwatch, there's a lot of cosmetics. It's actually all cosmetics.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. There's no pay to win game or no pay to win weapons, no
Mm-hmm.
pay to win heroes, considering they're all unlocked
Right.
already. And then they, once they get new ones, but it's all just cosmetics, and it's not really pay to. You don't really have to pay for it either. You can just earn the loot boxes too.
Okay. All right. So let me see. Now, with the company, what we're trying to do with Level Up, obviously, where we've been talking about a lot about Level Up and what each one of us wants to see. So for you, what is something that you're looking forward to with Level Up?
I'm looking forward to, for me, a new environment to do what I love,
Which is,
which is gaming,
mm-hmm,
and hopefully once I go through everything that needs to be done,
mm-hmm,
running the business and also looking, like under the hood
mm-hmm,
of like all the inner workings of it.
mm-hmm,
Like I just like that technical part of things, but I'm also wanting like a new environment for me to play games or make videos or whatever,
right.
and like something solid here in the central uh, Phoenix metropolitan area.
Right. So, not to get too personal into your life, but you're currently going to college, right?
Yes,
And what are you going to college for?
I'm going to college for business and network engineering.
So, are you looking to put what you're going to learn there to level up?
Yes.
Okay. So, with that being said and understood, what are some challenges do you think we might run into?
First of all, would probably be so there's a lot of risk factors. The main one would probably be the monetary. Like the money, how much is it going to cost?
Hmm.
It costs a lot. I've done a fair amount of calculations already,
Hmm.
and that's not even all of it.
Right.
Another major one that it's not so much concerns me. It doesn't so much concern me
Hmm.
as it does almost everyone else,
Hmm.
which is their commitments. So,
So, what do you mean by commitments?
so like you have a spouse or a girlfriend or whatever, right?
Okay.
So like you have to balance both of them, but
Hmm.
you're also like it's a new business, and with like your new couple or whatnot, there's probably going to be some strain, you know.
Okay.
And as sad as it is, it's kind of likely.
Hmm.
I haven't read much about it, but I'm wary still.
Okay.
So yeah. Also,
And it's got
just
to hit a little bit more, a little differently for you, since we know that all of us were family.
oh yeah,
Sure, different offshoots or branches, but the word family still applies to every member.
oh yeah.
So I can see where your
Essentially, this can be a
trepidation or fear.
family business.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You were.
No, no, that's fine. I was gonna say though, like, it doesn't matter so much towards me. I mean, it still does matter,
Mm-hmm.
just not as much because I'm a straightforward person. I'm one of those people that are just like, if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. Right? There's no gray area with me. At least
Mm-hmm.
there's not much of a gray area with me.
Mm-hmm.
But with others, like some are married, some are probably gonna have like a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're gonna have to learn how to
Out of balance.
balance, and that's what for me, that's what high school was all about.
Mm-hmm.
Was trying to learn how to balance, and I learned how, but at the end, so I
Mm-hmm.
was like, well, there's no need.
Right. Okay. All right. So with level up, what personal growth do you want to see for yourself?
Personal growth. I want to be a better people person. You know,
I do.
I am not great at handling people or their personal interactions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like talking to people. I can talk to people just fine if it's about something that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm. But taking an actual personal invested interest in somebody else, that's
Yeah.
difficult for you.
Oh yeah. It is extremely. Also, it's gonna be it's gonna also gonna be a struggle for me for not necessarily with authority,
Mm-hmm.
but with people trying to tell me what to do.
Right.
Right? Especially because I'm not going out of my way to go learn things for this business,
Mm-hmm.
but I am doing a great deal for Level Up.
Yep, yep. And I think right along with that, just to assuage you and why I'd rather say this now on an actual platform is since we're going to end up doing other of these type of videos and motivation and all of that kind of stuff. Your personal commitment, that's what you see,
Mm.
and I understand why that would be a point for you. A sticking point for you. But at the same token, everybody else has different points of view on it,
Mm.
and everybody else is just as committed.
Oh yeah,
The thing about it
I
is,
just can't see.
yeah,
That's the way
exactly.
I am though.
Yeah, no, and that's really the thing. So that kind of goes in tow with the interview that I had with AJK earlier on. Is my main goal for this is to make sure that all of you guys' needs are being met
Yeah,
through the company, through Level Up. If that is making you more people friendly, great.
yeah,
If that is making AJK more um, uh, getting him to learn more about the video editing process. If it's about Tiny T, getting her to feel more of a completion with the community, more at one with the community. Same thing with Killer Jack or with Care Bear. As long as we can go ahead and meet all of you guys' personal needs within the company, I think we are going to go ahead and make it a success. So just to address some of your trepidations of it, that's really one of the things that I myself want to focus on.
yeah.
So what do you want to see Level Up do in the near future?
I wanted to succeed, right? So I mean, that's what every one of us wants.
Mm-hmm.
But I truly want to see this hit the ground running. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like it's gonna be a tough few years. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
with that's how every new business works. Is gonna
Right.
be a tough few years for making money, especially when or where we're wanting to put it down.
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's an expensive area,
It is.
but I also think that it can be done if we give the audience what they want. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so like I mean, or we just have fun. You know,
Right. Okay. So right now, what are you working on right now?
so right now I'm working on um aside from college, you know, getting all the stuff together for my both my degrees and um doing my doing the information for the business itself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on, I guess, getting video
Content.
yeah, video content, like an
Mm-hmm.
archive of. I don't have that many games. I mean, I have a lot of games, but I don't have such a wide variety of games where I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, we can play this. All of us can play this
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, you know.
Right.
So what I'm working on is just little by little building an archive and just hopefully we can just send it out, just like that, or it can
Yep.
edited or maybe a VOD or whatever. I'm also working on, well, not currently, but I'm also trying to be able to stream.
Right. Right, and that's really the thing, right? Something that you and I have been talking about for a while now is setting up streaming on Twitch and then copying that over to
A VOD.
YouTube here. Yeah, and
The only problem, the last problem that we have though, it was just the only problem for the streaming is my computer doesn't like the capture card.
right, right. So really, what we need to do now is, and again, just to reach back to the interview that I had with AJK, is we have to buy the right equipment
Yep.
in order for us to be successful in the small areas that we're trying to do now.
Yeah, and
Um,
I'm looking at uh the right equipment too.
mhm,
Uh, compatible equipment. I'm looking at compatible equipment
right.
for everything, and I'm just looking at the numbers and I'm like, they're expensive, and there's a lot of us.
Right. So just to update everybody here in the community, what Mook and I are actually doing is we're taking the lead in pricing everything. All of the consoles that you guys are going to end up playing on, all of the PCs that you guys are going to end up playing on. That's something that we've already looked into. Same thing with the servers. And then aside from that, each one of us, we're going to need our own personal rigs as well, whether it's for accounting, whether it's for gaming. Or any of that stuff. We're getting the pricing together, and that's something that I will end up showing you guys how we did it in a future video. And that's in a separate series of how we actually got the business going with regards to registering the business within the state, registering the business with the IRS, and all of that good stuff. Um, all of those, all of that type of information is going to be in a separate video series, and that's something that we'll go ahead and run in tandem with Mook and Mook's education as well. He's getting a great education as far as business goes. So we're going to end up tying all of that into a separate video series that all of you guys can actually watch and enjoy, hopefully enjoy.
Yeah.
So aside from that, anything else that you have going on?
Um, not much other than with me going to school and helping construct the foundation for level up.
Right.
It's stressful. It's a lot of work,
Right. To say the least,
especially
yeah.
for everything that's going on right now. We could not picked a worst time to happen at least for.
And just to make it easier on everybody, it's not something that we saw coming.
Yeah.
If we were to have seen this whole pandemic thing coming and we specifically picked these dates, yeah, that would be piss poor planning on our part.
Oh yeah.
But really, it was just coincidental that when we were planning on launching, we were supposed to have launched this past spring, but then this ended up happening.
Oh yeah.
Totally curtailed everything that we had going.
Along with that, I'm just glad that we didn't end up actually opening up.
Hmm.
Like with as bad as this pandemic is, it could have been a lot worse if
We had opened.
if we had opened up,
Right.
especially here in where we are.
Hmm. Yep.
It's we're a very populated area and we're still growing.
Yes, and that's the thing. So, this can be a saving grace for us because, even if we would have opened up a year from now or a year ago,
Mm.
and this would have happened now, we would have been running bills like crazy
Oh yeah.
because we still have to keep the building cool for the computers,
Oh yeah.
um, and all of this other stuff for it. So, yeah, at least now it's giving us a little bit of extra breathing room to get things set up properly. And by the time we actually putting the boots on the ground, just like you said, we're going to end up hitting the ground running.
Yeah.
All right, so with all of that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to go ahead and see more content just like this one. And that's going to be it for now.
Hit that notification bell.
Yes, the bell, super important bell.